Wow, that's a fine pair of specimens if I ever seen them. And next up is Self-Made Machinery Shed. This is by, now I'm going to try and pronounce this, Netrex Bloodisco. I hope I've got that correct. Sorry if I haven't. 3.29 megabyte on the download, and you're going to find it, as you can imagine, under sheds. That's going to cost you £5 to place down, and it's somewhere for you to keep stuff out of the rain anyway. Now, obviously, it's open-sided, so you've got your drive-through options all the way around. I mean, the detail on it looks all right. I mean, it's like you got posts, pylons, whatever, bolted together in the middle. Definitely looks like something you've made yourself. You got a bit of junk and you just bolted it together. All right, fair enough. But next up is Workbench Pack. This is by Premium AG, 12.69 megabyte on the download, and you're going to find him first off under tools. Now we've got this one over here. It's going to cost you 1,500. There is a couple of different options on it. So if we get one out like that, there we are, spin it around. So on the customizations, you can have it as a lizard branded one, a Case IH, a Class, Duevelsdorf, Fendt, John Deere, Massey Ferguson, New Holland, Senebogen, Steyr, Voucher, Volvo, and then back to Lizard. And if you didn't fancy that one, we've got the second one, well, the one next door to it anyway. And you've got a couple of options on here as well. So you can have it with nothing. You can have it with a Motorex barrel, antifreeze canister, Motorex and antifreeze, a recycling bin, and then nothing again. And then the last one we've got under the tool benches section is this one here. So again, got some options as well. So you can have it with a column drill, a jack, column drill and jack, or nothing. Then if we go over to decorations and other, decoration and decoration, let's face it, I'm going to scroll all the way down to the bottom. There we are. So we've got these three here. Now again, these have got options as well. Oh, I'm on the roof. So we've got these three here. So the first one is going to be like, I got the bookshelf with stuff on. And then we got a pallet. And then we got a barrel. So the bookshelf itself has no options. It comes as it is. The pallet, mind you, you can change that. You can have it as spare parts, replacement engine, spare parts with truck, engine with a truck, ladder, spare parts with a ladder, spare parts with an engine, parts, ladder and engine, and then back to the original one. Dear, oh dear. There's loads on it. I mean, it's just for decoration, but okay. You then got your Motorex barrel, so you got the option there. You can have it with an oil pump, with an oil binder basic, and then the pump and binder, and then back to nothing. Now, these aren't just workshop benches. Obviously, these decorations, yeah, you go for whichever one you want. These got a few little tricks up the sleeve. Obviously, you've got your spanner. You can fix your vehicle up, no problem. This one, you can open up the drawer. Fair enough. This one, you can open up the vise. There we are. Oh dear. Because why not? This one, on the other hand, you can start the drill off. That's awesome. And you can also pump the jack up. So we'll get to the point there. There we are. Pump the jack up. Dear, oh dear. Then when you're done, you can just put it back down again. Oh, they are ace. Right, next up is Wholesale Market. This is by Brummy Farmer, 5.73 megabyte on the download, and you're going to find it under sell points. Now, it's going to cost you 95 grand, but then again, it's going to take pretty much everything that you can throw at it. Now, you can't go inside, even though it does look like you should be able to. And I can't go through the door. It doesn't open for me, but all right, fair enough. I mean, down this side is going to be your sell point just there. So you bring your bales, your pallets, your loose stuff, whatever's going on, chuck it all in there, sell it off. Oh, why not? Right, next up is Large Metal Pavilion Pack. This is by FSG Modding FSG Devar, 1.11 megabyte on the download, and you're going to find it under sheds. Now, it's going to cost you 95 grand to place down, and there is some optional extras. So if we go into customize, I mean, obviously, you're starting off, you can have it as the pavilion style, so open-sided. You can then have it as a sided version, like we've got right here, or then we can go with the sided version and a repair bench inside. Indeed. And then obviously you do have the option of changing the colour of the walls, as you can probably tell. Oh dear, oh dear. Now I've gone for the one with the benching because this is ace. I mean, we're here. We're miles away from the actual bench. You see in the top left hand corner, you're getting the vehicle option right there. So basically, the whole shed is a workshop. Oh, that is ace. Right, next up is going to be a couple of mods. I'm going to combine them all in one because they're basically the same. We'll just go with that. So we've got the Etunnel single arc, the Etunnel reinforced arc, the Etunnel double straight leg, the Etunnel straight leg L arc, and the Etunnel straight leg M arc. Now, all five of them are by DD Mod Passion. So you're going to find them in your silos. And we start off with this one here, the Etunnel Arc. There's so many. I have placed them all out, mind you. But all right, we'll roll with it anyway. So obviously these are going to be storages for your pallets and your bales. So it starts off with the small one and obviously goes a little bit bigger, a little bit longer, a little bit longer, a little bit wider, a little bit longer, that sort of thing. So it starts off with the green ones, the Etunnel single arc, 40 piece capacity. And then obviously as you go down, they're going to get a little bit bigger. So you got like the second one, it's going to be 70 piece. You then got 110, 150, and then drops back down to the shorter one. But obviously that's got more than the original one. So a little bit wider, a little bit more capacity. That's the sort of premise behind it all. And then we come all the way down to the end. There's so many there. So we've got this one with 420 pieces. That's that one. Right, we then got the reinforced arc ones, which is basically the same as this, but in blue. That being said, you can change the colour of all of these as well. So if we go up to the top of these, I mean, there's just so many. We'll get one out. You got the customization option. You can change the colour to whatever one you like. So this one is going to be starting off at 60 pieces, and then that is going to go all the way down. Not so many in this one. That's going to go up to 420 pieces. We then go on to this one, which is the double width one, which maybe you might be more interested, I must admit, because obviously it's going to be the old double wide. So that's going to be starting off at 5 grand with a 208 piece. That's all right. And then we'll come all the way down, obviously getting bigger as we go along, to the last one on the end, which is going to be, oh, no, it keeps on going. There's even more than I imagined. There we are, that's the last one. That's going to hold 900 pieces. That is all right. That is all right indeed. Then we come across to the last section, which is, I'd say, is more of a hanger style. Yeah, we'll go with that anyway. The old straight leg L arc. Well, not the last one, the second to last one, because we've got some more behind it. Dear oh dear, so many. 352 pieces going into that one. If that's starting off at 352, how many is in the biggest one? Right, let's scroll down and find it. There we are. 12 grand. I mean, it's not expensive at all. And then how many is it? There we are. 900 pieces on the end of that one. And then we finish off with these over here. The old straight leg M arc. Etunnel straight leg M arc. The names just... yeah, they don't help, mind you. We'll go with that. So we've got 60 piece on there, and that's going to go all the way down to the one on the end, which is going to go up to 315. Now, obviously, these are all going to work the same. So you chuck your pallets and bales in there, you take them out of there. I mean, you can drive through, so it's not one of those storages where you can't use it as a, vehicle storage sort of thing. You've got shed lights as well. You can turn on, which is all right. So you go and pick whichever one you want. I mean, there's loads. You're not going to be short on choice with these 5. Right, next up is Easy Shed Pack. This is by DD Mod Passion. 7.37 megabyte on the download. And you're going to find them, as you can imagine, on the sheds. Now, all 3 of these have the option to put your solar panels on the roof. So you go into customization. I'd say solar panels on the roof. I mean, they're there. Not quite sure what's going on with that one. But all right, fair enough. I mean, the solar panels on this one do work a little bit better. Okay, and then the solar panels on the last one is going to be like that. So the first one, a little bit strange on there, mind you. The solar panels are underneath. Alright, fair enough. Now, word of warning, I'm just going to say this. These are hydraulic garages. So you got this level, they're going to lower down, and you can have like a stack or 2. Yeah, just bear that in mind. So we'll come across here. Now, I'll place this one down as you normally would do. Just click on it and it's done. Great. No problem. So you got your, well, you'd have your tractor underneath like that, and you'd have stuff on the top, and then, you know, just move it in and out, and then when you're done, you raise it back up. If you place these down using free mode, yeah, it's a bit of an issue, because that's what I've done with the next two, and you come across, lower the platform, and the floor's there. You're going to squash everything, which is not ideal. So just place it down as you normally would. Don't toggle free mode on. You're going to have problems. This one, on the other hand, is huge. The whole thing is the floor. I mean, I just wish I placed it down a bit better, because you could have all sorts of stuff on here. That's ace. And obviously, once you've got the floor lowered, we'll raise it up. We're going up in the world. I mean, just look at the space on this one. That is awesome. Right, next up is Cow Pasture. This is by Missy B. 3.26 megabyte on the download. And you're going to find it, as you can imagine, under cows. Now, it's going to cost you 80 grand to buy. It says holds 200. You do have the option to, you know, put an extra bit of fence out to increase the capacity. I didn't do that, and we'll come back to that in a minute. Now, obviously got some little cows. Is he coming over, or are you stopping? All right, you stay there, bruv. No problem. You have got this gate here. If you wanted to go down the road of, you know, immersiveness, bring a trailer down, that sort of thing. Your straw goes in there. Now, I got a trailer that just dumped it in. You could chuck some bales in, entirely up to you. You've got a built-in manure heap, which is always all right. Got your slurry taking out point just there. Your food goes into here. We have got a light switch just there. Wow, that's bright, even for a sunny lunchtime, I must admit. Animal dialogue box is just there. We'll open up this door and we'll go in. So bearing in mind that I placed this down, I didn't extend the fences or anything like that. I've got 227. It's only supposed to hold 200, but oh, no problem with that. You have got to put water in. So even though it's a building, you are going to need to put the water in, which is a novelty. We'll say that. We'll say that anyway. And you got your taking out point of your milk just there. That being said, that is all right. There's my little beef burgers in the field. Oh, very nice. Right, next up is Garage with Cowshed. This is by Mr. Bubba. 114.61 megabyte on the download. And you're going to find it, as you can imagine, under cows. Now, it's going to hold 50 cows. It's going to cost you 100 grand. But, being said, I mean, if you like the old school stuff, you know, a little bit run down, started to be a little bit deteriorating, you got your plaster coming off the wall. This is an alright building indeed. You got your slurry taking out point just there. Animal dialogue box just there. So obviously I put in 54. I mean, I didn't place anything extra on the old fencage, but it took more. Alright, it is what it is. Loading in point for your food is here. Loading in point for your straw is here as well. It didn't like taking loose straw. Bale chopped straight in, no problem. So, okay, fair enough. I mean, you have got this little drive-through option. Go on the back. Nice little animation on the bar. And then out the back, obviously got a bit of a run for your beef burgers out in the sunshine. And then obviously it's being a garage. So we've got a little bit of storage area around here. So you've got these doors that open there like that. And we've got this door. Opens up like that. In here, it's going to be your garage. Obviously you've got a little side door that goes back out to your cows. Then you've got the door on the front, which is obviously going to be your main garage door. Oh, we've got a little hayloft. Can we get off the ladder? Yeah, yes, we can. Oh, there we are. There we are indeed. And to be fair, outside looks great. Inside looks great as well. I must admit, detail in here looks awesome. Got a little bit of a office-ish style, if you like the old run-down workspace. Got that door that opens up as well. Oh, fair enough. Fair enough indeed. Now, outside the window there to your little office can be your milk taking out point. And our last little door can be there. A bit more junk inside. Because, you know, everything's better with a bit of junk. That building looks ace. I mean, it's just like that bit there. It's like the light switch has been chased out of the wall and then just filled back in. That is awesome. Right, next up is the Rudolf Hoermann Equestrian Pack. This is by Missy B. 18.4 megabyte on the download. And you're going to find it under horses. Well, all three of them are under horses anyway. So first up, we've got the 65 grand, the old riding hall. We then got the actual sleeping area for your horses just there. And to finish it off, it's got a little exercise area for your horses just there. Now, the horse stable is going to hold 16. But this This building over here is awesome. I do like it. So come over here like that. Obviously, it's an indoor riding area. So if you don't fancy taking your horse out in the rain, yeah, bring it in here. Have a little bit of exercise, a little bit of a run around. Yeah, nothing special inside. Until you come to this button here. Open gate. There you are, and just like the Thunderbirds, just have that theme tune going. The old sides open up, get a little bit of air through. Oh, that's ace. That is ace. Now we come to the old horse barn itself. I mean, I've got a couple in here. I've got 16, mind you. I've got past 6 maybe. So we'll go through this door, open up that one, and once you're inside, you've got your animal dialogue box just there. There's your straw going in point. Now, it is quite tight with a trailer. Now, I just chucked a bale in, and we were golden. So you do you. Entirely up to you. I mean, you might have a small trailer if you can fit it in. Entirely up to you. Now, we'll come out of this door. And then round here is going to be your loading in point for your food. Now, let's go get a horse out. I'm going to take a little... There we are. Come on then. Let's go. Let's go for a ride. Can we jump over? There we are. That's it. Oh no, crashed into another horse. Out the way. Out the way. There we go. Right, now we're on it. So we go over it. Oh, no, not into the wall. Dear, oh dear. I don't ride horses very often. There we are. So around the old jump area, you could have a little race with your mates on multiplayer maybe. Can we go for this one? Jump over there. Yeah, there we go. Oh, fair enough. And next up is Fillable BigBox. This is by Premium AG, 4.12 megabyte on the download, and you're going to find it under pallets. Now, it's got a 550 litre capacity, 180 to buy, so nice and cheap. You do have the option of bulk box, grape box, olive box, or back to bulk box. So obviously, your bulk box is going to do all your loose croppage, and then your grapes, and then your olives on their own. Alright, fair enough. Something a little different. Maybe store a couple of these back at your farm, keeping a little bit of extra on the side. Very nice. Right, next up is Tractor Triangle. This is by Weekend Farmer Texas. 0.29 megabyte on the download, and you're going to find it under weight. So that's going to cost you $550 to buy. You have the option of mouse control, yes or no. We're on console. Don't have mouses. But alright, fair enough. You got your main colour, which is going to be obviously anything on there. That hasn't changed anything. We've gone orange. Let's go blue. Not really changing any colour. What if we take that off? Is that going to change anything? Alright, maybe the colour selected doesn't work. But alright, fair enough. Right, next up is the Duevelsdorf Big Bag Handler. This is by AW Modding ABP team. 2.4 megabyte on the download, and you're going to find it under front loader tools. Now, obviously, we all know what this is for. It's for lifting big bags, let's face it. 935 to buy. You do have the option to change the colour of the attacher. It's going to be those bits, so it mounts to your tractor. You then got your bolts. We'll go for red, so you can see them. Just those bolts. You then got the frame, which is obviously going to be your frame. All right, fair enough. Get some big bags moved. Right, next up is the Lizard U240. This is by Camille L1 for 8.16 megabyte on the download, and you're going to find it under disc harrows. Now, it's got a 30 horsepower requirement for my tractor, 2 meter working width, 9 mile an hour working speed for $3.5 grand. You can then change the model of disc harrow, so you can go to number 2, number 3, and then back to number 1. Extra weight, number 1. I'd say it's a weight tray to be fair. Then your weight goes on, which is a rock, which is fair enough, and then back to nothing. Then got front disc types. You've got your tooth type 1, number 2, smooth, or number 1 again. Rear disc, so smooth, type 2 and type 1. Then you've got ground slicers in front, in the back, front and back, and then nothing. Rear board, so we've got no or yes. Well, number 1, number 2, and then number 3, and then back to nothing. Then you've got front reflectors, so we've got round ones. We've got round number 2. But instead, where are the reflectors? Oh, it's on the side there. Right, okay, round number 2. Number 2 again. Number 2, triangular, and then back to nothing. Rear reflectors, so they're round as standard. Round 2, triangular, and then back to nothing. Then you've got your main colour, which is obviously going to be your main colour. And then you've got your design colour, which is going to, we'll go with that. Does those bits. Oh, fair enough. Your design colour again we'll go with a green. So it stands out. I'll imagine it's because we haven't got something on. What about the rear board? No, is it not the rear board? Ground slicers? Are those the ones? No, they're red as well. Just wondering what the oh, was it extra weight? No, that's the rock and the dear oh dear. I can't see what's green on that one, mind you, but alright, fair enough. Right, next up is the Lizard SGIC. This is by Sir Vertex and Teak Modding. 11.13 megabyte on the download, and you're going to find it under plows. Now, it's got 110 horsepower requirement, 2.5 meter working width, 7 mile an hour working speed for 14 grand. You can then change the wheel brands. You've got your Lizard, Continental, BKT, Trelleborg, and then back to Lizard. You've got some standards or twins. Oh, that's all right. Actually, I like the that's chunky tyres there for BKT. And there was one that had chunky twins, mind you. There we are. The old Continentals. That looks ace. You then got decals, so Model 1 or Model 2. You then got reflective decals, yes or no. Alright, where are they? Can't see the reflective decals. Are they round the back? Oh, there they are. On the back bit there. So you've got working whips. You've got 2.5 metre or your 3.2. Then you've got your main colour, which is obviously going to be your main colour. You then got your secondary colour. We'll go for blue so it stands out. Does those bits. And then your hub colour. Go for red. Didn't do the hubs on anything. I wonder if that's because we've got specific wheels on. But alright. Your disc colour. Well, disc borders anyway. We'll go for green. Go for green on that one. Oh, just the edges of the discs. That looks all right indeed. And then obviously you've got your rims, which is going to be your rims at the end. That being said, that's all right, that is. Right, next up is the Kverneland Turbo 8000T. This is by Hispano, 15.22 megabyte on the download, and you're going to find it under cultivators. Now, this requires 300 horsepower from your tractor, 7.7 meter working width, 10 mile an hour working speed for 79.5 grand. You can then change the colour, well, the main colour anyway, so we're going to go with purple. Does the main frame. The design colour is going to do the bits on the actual the spikes. Yeah, we'll call it that anyway. Design colour again, we'll go over red. It's going to do those bits. And then your rim colour is obviously going to be your rims. I like that. Something a little different. I mean, Kverneland normally do the ploughs. This is a sort of like a cultivator. Alright, fair enough. And next up is the Horsch Joker 12RT. This is by Hispano, 12.82 megabyte on the download, and you're going to find it under disc harrows. Now, it requires 360 horsepower from your tractor, 12.2 meter working width, and 11 mile an hour working speed for 109.5 grand. You then got some colour options, so we'll go with a purple for the main frame. You got your design options, we'll go over red. It's going to do those bits. Then to finish it off, you got your rims. Alright, fair enough. Bit of disc harrowing on the go with the old Horsch brand. And next up is the Fliegl Silo Roller. This is by Weekend Farmer in Texas, 2.05 megabyte on the download, and you're going to find it under silo compaction. Now, obviously, this is not going to be too big because you're going to be in a bunker silo, so 2.8 meter is plenty with that. 3 mile an hour working speed is going to cost you 7.5 grand. There is no options, but then again, you don't need much for doing your silage. Just get in there with your tractor, compact it all down, jobs are good 'un. Right, next up is the Lizard PT75. This is by Hydraulic, 3.31 megabyte on the download, and you're going to find it under low loaders. Now, this is only going to cost you 890, and to be fair, it's a little trailer. You're going to get a couple of pallets on, that's probably about it. You got the option of wheel setups, you got your standard again, standard 2, and then back to standard. Then the only option is going to be to change your rim colour. But that being said, if you've got a couple of pallets that you just need to take to the shop, sell them off, this is going to sort you out, no problem. Well, next up is Lizard 24-foot Bale trailer. This is by Fast Farming, 5.71 megabyte on the download, and you're going to find it under trailers. Now, it's going to cost you $15,200 to buy. Your options are going to be your wheel brands. You can have Continental, Mitas, Trelleborg, BKT, Vredestein, and Continental again. You got standards and standard 2s in there. Design is going to be standard front bale rack, back bale rack, both bale racks, or standard. And then your only colour option is going to be your chassis colour. And next up is the Lizard Tolva 8TT pack. This is by JD Modding Arc, 8.8 megabyte on the download, and you're going to find it under trailers. Now, It's going to cost you £5,000 as standard if you don't go for the Lizard tyres. Why? Just why? 10,000 litre capacity. You can then change it from Trelleborg to Continental, Michelin, then Lizard again. Oh, Lizard 500, but all right. Main colour is going to be your main colour. You then got design colour is going to be that strip around the middle. Your rim colour is obviously going to be your rims. Now, if you're thinking, I quite like this trailer, but I wish it had an auger wagon on the side. Well, they've got you covered as well, because we've got the Tolva CTD 8TT. Now, the same options as before. Starts off at £6,000. If you don't have the £500 Lizard tyres, but then you have got the auger part on the side. Oh, fair enough. Right, next up is the Lizard Tolva 12TT, again by the same modder, JD Mognarg, 8.46 megabyte on the download, and you're going to find it under trailers as well. Now, again, it starts off with £10,000 price tag if we don't go for the expensive tyres, which is all of them. I mean, the cheapest one is just 500, so it's 10,500 to start with. So 16,500 litre capacity. You have got the option of Trelleborg, BKT, Vredestein, Continental again, and then back to Trelleborg. You got your main colour, which is obviously going to be your main colour. Then you got your design colour, which is going to be the strip around the middle. The cover colour is obviously going to be your cover, and then your rim colour is obviously going to be your rims. All right, fair enough. Central dumping on that. Very nice. Right, next up is the Brantner TA23065/2 Power Tube Plus. Man, that's a long name. That's just by Achiwasti, 11.61 megabyte on the download, and you're going to find it under trailers. Now, it's got a 33,600 litre capacity as you come into the shop. There you are. That's your standard one, 22,000. That's going to be 33,000. Obviously, you can go for the extension, 33,600, but your standard. Why do they do that? You come into the shop, you want it base model, then you can add extras to it. All right, fair enough. Wheel brands, Lizard, BKT, Continental, Michelin, and then back to, Mitas, Trelleborg, Vredestein, and then back to Lizard. You then got the option of main colour. A slightly different green. What's that called? Brantner green. All right, no problem. You then got your rims, which is going to be your rims, obviously. All right, fair enough. Right, next up is Wilson Pacesetter. This is by FS Play, 7.02 megabyte on the download, and you're going to find it under trailers. Now, it's got a 40,800 litre capacity, 59.5 price tag, and the only two options is going to be your main colour, which is going to do those bits, and then your rim colour, which is obviously going to do your rims. I mean, the Wilson Pacesetter, that was a fan favourite from last game. Glad to see it's back. Well, next up is the Momentum 24. This is by Autin Modding, 19.63 megabyte on the download, and you're going to find it under planters. Now, it's got a 5,000 litre capacity, 11 metre working width, 250 horsepower requirement for my tractor, and a 7 mile an hour working speed. And to be fair, that looks awesome. Oh, it really does. The old voucher Momentum. Very nice indeed. I mean, hook this up with your voucher tractor, you're golden. You then got the option of fertiliser distribution unit. So design 1, design 2, number 3, and then back to nothing. It's got that on the side. That's ace. So I do like that. I do like that indeed. So you then got your brands. You got your voucher Momentum 24, your Massey Ferguson. Actually, we'll get rid of those. So you can see the badge on the side. There we are. That's better. Your Massey Ferguson Momentum 24, and then your voucher again. You got your main colour. We'll go with an orange. It's going to do those bits. That being said, even with the orange tanks and the black frame, that looks awesome. Right, next up is the Anthem 6x4 pack. This is by owner Emery, 27.27 megabyte on the download, and you're going to find him under trucks. Now, we got this one first off, the Anthem Low Loader Edition, 425 horsepower engine, 49 mile an hour top speed, and a 93.5 price tag. You can then change the engine output to 455, then goes to 505, and then back to 425. You then got beacons. So we've got number 1, number 2. Where are the beacons? It's going to be around the back. There we are. Number 1, number 2, number 3, and then back to number 1. You've got your day cab premium. So you've got your yes or no. Hood mirrors, yes or no. We've then got some attachers. So we've got your trailer hitch around the back. All right, fair enough. That's all right. Main colour is obviously going to be your main cab colour, so we'll go for purple, because you know, why not? Then your rim colour is obviously going to be your rims. Now, if you're thinking, do you know what, I don't want a flatbed, I want a tanker. Well, they've got you covered, because they've got this, the Anthem Tanker Edition, 425 horsepower engine as before, but obviously it's got a tank on the back. Now, it's got 14,000 litre capacity, 93.5 grand to buy as well. Again, you can change the engine output to 455, 505, and then back to 425 as standard. You've got your day cab optional again. You've got your hood mirrors again. You got your attacher on the back again. You can change the capacity of the tanker to 14,000, 16,000, 18,000, 20,000 litre capacity, 22,000, and then back to 14. And then you got your same colour options for your main colour. Your tank colour, obviously going to be your tank, but no, that should be chrome. It should be chrome every day of the week, no problem. And then you got your rim colour, which is going to be your rims. If you're thinking, do you know what, I need a grain trailer, well, they got you covered with that as well. We got this one, the grain truck. I've got the same engine options as before, 14,000 litre capacity on the old back, but you can change that, so you can have it as a flatbed. Well, let's face it, it's like a bale trailer, that sort of thing, or your grain truck itself. Now we come down, you've got the same options as before, but you can change it 14,000, 16,000, 18, and then back to 14. So 18,000 litre capacity is the most. Then you've got your colour options as your main cab before. The dumper colour is going to be those bits, and then the dumper colour number 2 is going to be those bits, and then your rim colour is going to be your rims. That being said, that's an alright set of trucks. Old Mac Anthem, very nice. Right, next up is the Lizard Warrior. This is by owner Emery, 8.07 megabyte on the download, and you're going to find it under trucks. Now, it's got a 460 horsepower engine, 49 mile an hour top speed, and 119 grand price tag. You can then change the mud guards, so at the back, so you can have some little ones at the front and the back, then get some over the tops, some different some over the tops and the front and the back bits, and then back to nothing. Hood mirrors, yes or no. You can then change your main colour. Well, obviously, it's going to be the main colour. And then your rim colour is going to be your rims. That being said, that looks ace. You've got the twin exhausts. Oh, that's looking good. Right, the last mod for the day is the map Rettenbach. This is by Bayern Gaming's Agra. 43.48 megabyte on the download. That seems really low, I must admit, for the map itself. Anyway, now, there is one big issue, and it's the required mods. There is 36 required mods for this map. That is ridiculous. You are going to need a lot of mod space to be getting on with this map. 36? Really? Alright, okay. So, on a new farmer, you're going to be using 2,089 slots. And obviously, with that is going to come a bit of land. And we own Area 248, which is your start farm, and Field 85. That's it. I mean, the rest of the map is little-ish fields. You might have a couple of medium ones, maybe like one large one, that in the middle. I mean, you've got these areas up the top as well. But, you know, I think it's one for your small farming, I must admit. Now, the start farm that you get is going to be down here, right at the bottom. Obviously, area 248. Now, you get a house. You got your wardrobe trigger just there. You got your sleep trigger just there. We'll spin it around. A little bit of a pull. Why not? Have a little splash. We'll come over here. We'll open up this gate. Like that. Then we've got a bunker silo ×2 just there to get some chaffage on the go. You've got your own BGA, which is alright. So obviously you put your solid stuff in there. You put your liquid stuff in there. You take out your digestate. That is alright indeed. Come over here, we've got a workshop trigger, which is very nice. We'll come over here, open up that gate. Got a bit of storage in there. Oh, it's one of those concertina doors, isn't it? Right, let's close that. And we'll open up this one. Dear, oh dear. I'm going to get myself locked in here, definitely. We then got the other door, we'll open up that one. So obviously you got your, I'd say bunker silos. They're not bunker silos. You could potentially put some stuff on the floor, you know, leave it there, no problem. We then come here, and we've got a fuel tank. So that is going to hold 5,000 litres, which is alright indeed. Then we'll come around here. We'll open up this door. There we are. So inside here, is going to be a pallet and bale storage. So you got your loading in point just there. Obviously they're going to store there and you're taking out at that point as well. Drive-through option down the shed at the bottom. And we'll come around here, got some racks for storage as well, which is alright. And we'll come over here, and we've got our cow barns, we've got our manure heap just there. We'll spin it around, you got your milk taking out point, animal dialogue boxes just here. So that's going to hold 80 cows. Then we'll come through here, it's going to be your loading in point for your straw and your feed. And we'll come down this end, and we have got our slurry taking out point, which should just be here. Or did I miss it down the other end? Oh, let's have a little run back. I missed the slurry taking out point. Is it down this? I thought it's just the milk. Yeah, it's just the milk. That's for your manure. Interesting. Interesting indeed. Is it under that trailer there? Is it under that sprayer? Let's have a little look around. Yes, it's there. It's right by the wheel. Oh, it's being hidden. I'm not going insane, honestly. Then we go around here. We've got our silo. So loading in and loading out at that point. Got a little bit of a wash area. If you want to... Well, I say wash area. It's coming up with a bunker silo. Interesting. Right in the middle of your farmyard. Okay, okay. I mean, you've got a hayloft there. So you've got your taking out point and your loading in point just around this side. We spin it back round and we've got a bit more storage in there. And we're back around to our house. That's different, I must admit, from the bunker silo right in the middle of your farmyard. But okay, all right. So got a little look around the farmyard. We've seen a bit of equipment. So what do we start with on New Farmer? So we've got the Albert Bale Spike, the Duevelsdorf 6115 CRV Shift, the FarmTech EDK 650, the FarmTech Super Sys 800, the Horsch Credo 3. The Horsch Versa, the GA 4731, the Massey Ferguson MF 8570, the Massey Ferguson MF 8570 header, the Massey Ferguson MF 8570 header trailer, the Passenger Alpine Hit 4.4H, the Passenger Boss Alpine 251, the Passenger Servo 25, the Quickie Q4M, the Selac RZK 300H, the Samaz KDF 341S, and the Samaz XT 390. To be fair, that's a decent set of equipment. I mean, it's enough to get you going. I mean, it's not going to be, you know, covering the whole map style of equipment setup, but, you know, it's all right. It's all right to get going. Now, talking of the map, you have a little fly over the finish because the fields, they're not that big, so I reckon you could buy a couple, plough them all together, that sort of thing. I mean, I've got a little bit of forestry in patches as well, so you do a bit of chopping down. No problem. I mean, there is a couple of other little farmyards that may take your fancy if you don't go for the start farm. But that being said, if you can get over the fact that it requires 36 required mods, that's it. That's a lot by anyone's imagination. But if you can get over that, this should be an alright little map. I got one update as well. It's got the map, the 4 fields by Hoermann, and that doesn't need a new save, so that is great.